is catch up with the train.
We can't be far behind.
Do you hear that?
We must be getting close. Hold on.
Do you know anything about the Chamber of Secrets?
Chamber of Secrets has been opened.
And now we will review it or go
We will
inside
be
of it,
opening
whatever.
the Chamber of Secrets.
We'll be opening
a
the
girl's
Chamber of
bathroom.
Secrets
Oh,
in
wait,
the girls'
spoilers.
bathroom. Oh, no. Shh. Okay, first thing I want to point out, again, because as I've said however many times in the last part, I've never seen Harry Potter or whatever. And I really like this the first one, but in my opinion, the second one is even better than the first one.
Definitely,
And
I agree with that.
yeah, I liked it a lot. I felt like, because I guess if I have any complaints about the first one, at least when compared to the second one, is like the first one sets up a lot, and like it kind
Yeah.
of has to for people
It
who
drags a little bit.
yeah, for people who like it moves kind of slowly, but it's like a good slow because like I care about like what's happening, So like
Mhm.
I'm interested in what's happening, but at the same time, like it does kind of drag a little bit. But
Yeah.
yeah, but I feel like in the
But it
Chamber of
works.
Secrets but it works. And the Chamber of Secrets is longer, but for some reason it feels shorter, if that makes sense. Like there's
It's
a lot more.
darker.
It's
It's more
darker.
mysterious, I think.
More mysterious. Yeah, there's definitely a big mystery element to it. I guess we're gonna do what we did with the last one and just kind of like start from near the beginning. Okay, so the first the first thing, and I caught this on my reactions. Daniel Radcliffe's voice drops a little bit.
Yes, it's a noticeable drop. In the
It's
other one,
literally in the first one. It's like I'm trying to think of like a quote other than the car crash one. It's just
Grown up? You told me my parents died in a car crash.
I can't let you out, Hedwig. I'm not allowed to use magic outside of school.
how many
like,
voice cracks are in this movie from Ron? We need
oh
to do
my
a count.
gosh,
Dude,
a
do
lot.
a little counter with like the little ding sound effect in the
Oh my
corner
gosh,
for his voice
yes.
cracks, because like whenever he sees the spiders or whatever,
Oh my gosh, it's so good. But so yeah, the movie starts out similar to the first one, I should say. It like with the Dursleys, and it's like Harry is like they're not as mean to him in this one, but like
they
they're
lock him in his
they're
room.
they're still jerks, and so
They're still pretty
again,
bad.
something I was not quite ready for so early in the movie is Dobby. I
Oh my
thought that he would have
gosh.
came in much later, but like
Yeah, you
it
would
was
think,
literally
but
like 3 minutes in. He comes in and he's like jumping on the bed. Harry's like, "Why don't you sit down?" He's like, and then like,
it's like, I've never been asked to. Dobby has never been asked to sit down by a wizard.
it's like as an equal, and then and then okay,
It's like
another
this has
thing
a message that translates to real life. No, I'm kidding.
yeah.
I mean, maybe it does. I don't know.
Maybe
kind of.
somebody's made that connection. So
Problematic.
another thing from that relates to Dobby that I was not ready for, and I caught it on my reactions when he starts banging his head against a dresser.
This is all very early for the CGI. What the? What?
Harry's supposed to be staying in his room because the Dursleys have some people coming over, have some friends coming
yeah.
over, and then Dobby goes downstairs and he somehow levitates a cake and then drops it on the lady.
Of school.
He used magic outside of school, and then like it was in the worst situation. It was like the worst possible situation.
And Harry was trying to grab it.
Yeah, he was trying to grab it, but it looks like he was dropping it,
like levitating it.
Yeah,
or
and
something.
then like they lock him in his room, and then out of nowhere, Ron in his flying car. Which, by the way, I knew that that he was like again. Similar to the car crash line. If you guys guys remember, there was a pretty popular Vine back in the day where from that scene it was like, do you hear that? We must be getting close. And then it was like the Thomas theme.
You hear that? We must be getting close. Hold on.
That was pretty much the only thing I knew about Chamber of Secrets. Like I was pretty much like that was all my knowledge of the
He
Chamber
has
of
like
Secrets.
one fact about each movie, like
About each movie,
one
like
thing
one
that's like, this is
quote
that
that's
movie.
like, cause yeah, like
Harry Potter, did you put your name in a goblet of fire?
that's Prisoner of Azkaban.
No, that's
no. Yeah, that's Goblet of Fire. The third one, I don't have an inside joke for, or
You
just
will,
a
though.
specific thing. I will come up with one, but I don't have one beforehand. But I will pick one once I'm watching it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have a couple of other ones I'll explain later. Anyway, so yeah, Ron comes up in his flying car, which I had no idea that there was a flying car in these movies. And I was so down. I was like, all right, flying
He's
car.
like, yes, I accept.
I accept this. This is amazing. So beforehand, the Dursleys decide to like board up Harry's windows and like lock him in his room, and then Ron breaks him out. Which, by the way, Ron's like, "Hiya, Harry."
Hiya, Harry.
Yeah, Ron breaks him out, and then Harry. Well, I think again, this comes back to what I was saying earlier. Nothing phases Harry at all. Like
He's just like, oh, flying car makes sense.
Uncle flying car, sure. Uncle Vernon is like, he's escaping, and he's like grabbing his leg, and then he falls out the window, and Harry's literally like, he's like smiling.
Oh my gosh.
By the way, Harry, happy birthday.
You know, after that, I forget what it's called, but they give them like something powder. Like they give them something.
Flu powder.
Flu powder.
Corona powder.
Yeah.
Diagon Alley.
So again, Harry, he gets it, and he's like diagonally.
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 Which I don't.
Been doing your math homework.
That moment when you're doing your geometry homework.
Diagonally.
And I'm just gonna include an ear rape clip of diagonally. So
there's the freaking like ghetto of
Wizarding World. So one thing I didn't get, he's in this room with like a bunch of like skull stuff, and like he sees this like hand.
Oh my gosh!
And for some reason he grabs
like, what a great idea!
Like,
I'm gonna grab
why
the
would
dead guy's hand.
And like I knew that it was gonna like grab his hand. It's like, why else would he grab it? Like it's just gonna be like, and then he's gonna be like, but like.
Yeah.
Like, and that is exactly what happened. But I was like, why would you even bother?
Hand.
Guess I'll grab it.
That used to have blood on it. Like, let's be real.
Okay, so they then enter a bookstore where this guy, what's the guy's name?
Oh, Gilderoy Lockhart.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Ron's mom fancies him, as they say.
Mum fancies him.
They're getting like their school stuff, and this guy who coincidentally is like the defense against the dark arts teacher.
But we don't know that yet.
Yeah, we don't know that yet.
He's just like a famous author.
Yeah, like he's set up as like a famous author. He gives Harry all of his books for free.
Yeah, just to get publicity
and everything.
He's,
and then
virtue signaling.
And then Draco's there, and it literally in my
But
reactions,
you like that, Potter?
They have a shot.
But you love that, didn't you, Potter?
He comes down, and like Timmy was saying, it's like, bet you like that, Potter. Like you can't
like
even go into a bookshop without being famous or something. And then Ginny Weasley, who important character, leave him alone. He's like, look at that, Potter. You got yourself a girlfriend.
Leave him alone.
Oh, look, Potter. You got yourself a girlfriend.
And it's like, thanks. It's like, how is that an insult?
Which
it's like,
again,
side
rant. It's like, all right.
I have a female companion. Where's your female companion?
Where's your female companion? Oh wait, the one once your snotty little face looking.
Oh wait, all the gold diggers left town.
So then Draco's dad comes not out of nowhere, but he kind of just comes up. Yeah, he's like, play nice, Draco. And then he grabs Harry really weirdly, and he like parts his hair, and he's like, so you're Potter.
Yeah. Your scar is legend.
As they mentioned it in the first movie, but they really like go into it in this one, that Hermione's parents are both not magical or muggles, and she's like, as they say, mugblood, which is like the slur version, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a racial slur.
It's like the
if your parents are
version.
like,
Yeah, if both of your parents are magical,
Hermione's parents
they
are
say
dentists. That's pretty
Really?
magical.
Yeah, then they go to platform 9 3/4. Ron's entire family goes in there, which I didn't
Leave 'em
understand why.
behind.
I know like the reason why is so like they're able to take the car and they're able to like be by themselves, because like if they weren't able to make it in there when Ron's parents were in there, then they would probably have done something. So like
Yeah.
his parents went in and then I and again I caught my reaction to this. Again, return to the wall thingy, by the way.
We're about to see the wall thingy. Yes, the wall thingy.
Harry and Ron run towards it, they run into the wall, and they're just blocked off. And in my reactions, again, totally not expecting it. So I was just like,
Like they like wipe out into the wall.
what I
And,
want to
like-
do, I want to make a video where like they're running towards it, and then like the second they crash, the credits start rolling. So yeah, they take the flying car, and honestly, like at that time, that was like whenever I was watching it, I was so into it. It was like my favorite
You're like,
scene in
"Yes."
the movie. I was like, yes. So like they take the flying car.
car.
Of course, we get the
Magic school
the-
bus.
on the magic school bus.
Maybe we should just go and wait by the car. The car?
Chamber of Secrets is gonna have a lot of memes.
So they take it, they get on the train tracks. We must be getting close, and of course I freaked out and I was like dying laughing, so I had to
Yeah.
press pause. And then like I rewinded it because I was laughing too hard. And then like again they're flying it. Harry almost flies out of the car, and then they get there, and then they crash into it.
Your
They get
hands
to
too
Hogwarts.
sweaty.
Hold on! I'm trying! Your hands all sweaty!
This movie was just like throwing fastballs at me, like they crash into the tree. Tree's alive. They fall. The car literally just ditches them.
It's like, bye, have a great time.
And so the car went into the Forbidden Forest, which again sets up what is possibly so far the best scene in Harry Potter history, when the car has a heroic entrance. And
We need to do an edit with that. There's so
I'm
many
gonna
things
do
to
that too. I just took a sip of my
So
water.
yeah,
Hold
the
on.
car like is like leaving. It goes through the courtyard and then into the woods, like near where.
And it goes,
Yeah.
it goes into the Forbidden Forest, which again comes into play later. Also important, like it's set up as like a joke, but like it comes into play later and it eventually
It
saves
helps
them.
Yeah.
Ron's wand breaks whenever they're falling in
Oh,
the car.
yeah.
His wand snaps it again, which
There would
leads
be
to
no
funny
more Harry
voice.
Potter movies if that didn't happen.
If that didn't happen, when you think about it,
Crazy.
and which leads to more Ron
Thanks,
voice cracks, because he's
Swamping
like, my wand.
My wand! Look at my wand! Be thankful it's not your neck.
So yeah, they're basically at Hogwarts. They get there. They're told like they're told like we should expel you right now. But then Dumbledore comes in. He's like, no.
1,000
And
points
then
to Gryffindor.
1,000 points. You win the house cup.
But sir, it's the first
like-
day of the school year.
Cancels the school year.
There are a couple scenes that sort of like introduce us to or reintroduce us to like different characters and stuff like
Mhm.
that. It's like, oh, this is Hogwarts. This is just like it has a couple of those scenes.
Yeah.
Then we get to a scene where a bunch of things happen. Harry and friends are about to train for Quidditch. So it turns out there's a new seeker. Guess who it is? It's frickin' Draco.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then he goes, it's like, we have a new seeker. It's like, who is it? And then it's Draco. And he's like, that's not all that's new. And then it turns out he has a Nimbus 2001.
He got-
But literally,
he got
in my
easy
reactions,
versions of
it looked like he was looking at. It looked like the characters were looking at his shoes. And for a second, I was like, are they looking at his shoes? And
it's
just-
the new
it was the-
Yeezys.
That's not all what's new, is it?
I thought they were looking at his shoes. Those are the new Yeezys.
Hermione just totally roasts Draco, and he's like Mugblood, and then Ron's just like, eat slugs.
At least no one on the Gryffindor team had to buy their way in. They got in on pure talent.
No one asked your opinion, you filthy little mudblood. She'll pay for that one, Malfoy. Eat slugs!
So then Ron just starts throwing up slugs.
Wait, I thought of something.
To show you the power of flex tape.
Ron starts throwing up slugs,
Yeah.
which honestly, I looked it up afterwards. That was practical. Like Rupert Grint was actually not actual slugs, but like he was throwing up like plastic slugs.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
So at that point in the movie, the Chamber of Secrets. Yeah, at that point, the Chamber of Secrets has been opened because you see the message in blood on the wall. It was like the chamber. I think I just said like the Chamber of Secrets.
Enemies of the air beware.
Enemies of the air beware.
That's how you remember it.
A rhymes.
So
And so the Chamber of Secrets has been opened, and everybody crowds around Harry and Ron and Hermione, and for some reason they're like, "Oh, you did this," and the cat is
always
petrified.
Harry.
They're like, "You did this." Harry's like, "Oh, it wasn't me." And then Draco again, which like he goes like, "You'll be next, Mugbloods," and again,
It's literally like casting suspicion on yourself. It's like
that
why?
one and two, like whenever they tell Hagrid that Draco called Hermione a Mugblood at first, he goes, "He did not," meaning that like this is like an offensive thing.
This is like the
Draco, yeah, and like Draco says this around like teachers and stuff, and they don't care. They're just
there are those
right,
kids that like swear around
just
teachers.
Get
and don't
away
care.
with it, and then the second you're like frick, they're like, "Don't say that."
Don't say frick. Come on, dude.
Yeah, they had the Quidditch scene, which is it looked a lot better than the first one with like improved CGI and everything.
Mhm.
And like just another quick fun Quidditch scene.
Training for the ballet, Potter! You'll never catch me, Potter!
Yeah, Harry crashes, and it turns out
And
later,
Lockhart.
it'll come into play later why he crashed. Yeah, Harry breaks his
Lockhart's
arm.
like, "I can
Lockhart's
fix
like,
it."
"I can fix it," and I just like it because Harry's like, he looks at him, he's like, "Not
He's
you."
Not you.
Not you.
So Lockhart does the spell, and then it makes his arm all floppy.
Brachiam. Emendo.
It takes the
And then-
bones out, like
Yeah,
entirely.
it takes the bones out of his arm. So then Harry has to be
Floppy
in
like
the
asparagus.
it's a floppy asparagus arm.
Junior, is that you?
Junior asparagus in Harry Potter.
Oh my gosh.
They take him to the hospital wing. He drinks something that is going to help him to help the bone that is in there just grow back.
Yeah.
And so
It's apparently painful, and it's gonna take like a night or something.
yeah, so
He has to
he's
sleep
there. So he's there, and then he's hearing more whispers. He grabs his glasses, and no lie. So Dobby's there, and no lie. It was like the camera, it was like it was like panning across all of the room, all the hospital wing. It's like kill them. And then it does such a quick pan down to Dobby. He's like, "Hello," and I'm
It's like,
not even,
Dobby,
and I'm
what
not
are you
even
doing
gonna
here?
lie. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like,
dude. It's like when
like-
Harry Potter's a horror movie.
when Harry Potter just suddenly becomes a horror movie. Like it wasn't even because it was scary. It was just this sudden
just-
like hello.
yeah,
I was
it
like,
was
"Oh my gosh!"
sudden.
I was like, I
I
paused it.
remember
I was
that,
like,
yeah.
I was like, oh.
Just-
Hello?
Dobby basically he's there, and I think in that scene he again just warns him, and I think he tells him
Should've
that
listened to me.
he was like, "You should have listened to me," and he informs him that it was him. Like the reason why he crashed is because he was trying to like stop him.
Yeah,
And he's just trying to get him to leave at whatever cost necessary.
break
so,
all his arms and legs.
Just kill him. So
Decapitates him. It's like he's not at Hogwarts anymore.
I think he overhears something about like the Colin kid being petrified,
Hmm.
and then like it's like becoming more serious, and I think they say then, oh yeah, they say then like that Colin like is half Muggle, and so then they're like, oh, like the Muggleborns won't stand a chance. So then that kind of sets up a thing for Hermione, which they don't say directly, but
It's
like,
implied.
yeah, you're like, oh shoot, like Hermione
Yeah,
could be in
she's
danger.
under hate speech attack at school.
For some reason, there, I think it's like the defense against the dark arts class, and they're like, let's have Harry and Draco just use defensive spells.
It's a
So then
great
they start
idea.
doing
Get arch enemies to
get these
shoot
arch enemies to
magic
just,
at each other.
and then they so they're just like, they do it, and then like they start hitting each other and they flip around. Draco's like, says some spell that makes a snake appear, and then the snake starts moving, and then Harry out of nowhere just starts speaking parcel tongue. And
It's a lot
so,
creepier than in the first movie.
oh yeah, for sure. Like, it was one of those things where it was actually kind of creepy, because like out of nowhere the whole scene just changes and he's just
And
starts
it's just
speaking
like,
to it, and like it was like a good sort of thing to where like it worked. It was like a serious scene,
yeah.
and I was just like, oh wow, like
The kid who the snake was attacking thought that Harry was trying to like make
yeah,
it
because
attack him.
it looked like it
This
was
is
about to
creepy.
attack him, so he was just like speaking parcel tongue, and then
He was,
and then
telling it to
like,
get off him or whatever.
yeah, he was telling it to get off of him, but like it looked like he was like trying to get it to attack him. I think
Yeah.
Snape gets rid of the snake, and then
Oh yeah.
it sets up. Then they're like, "How did you do that?" He's like, "I didn't know I was speaking that." And
Mhm.
then they set it up to where like this is gonna make people think that you're the heir of Slytherin.
Yeah.
So because
And it's the whole identity
because
thing.
yeah, because like
like
he doesn't know.
with the Sorting Hat
And
was like gonna put him in Slytherin, and
yeah,
he's
because the Sorting Hat was going to put him in Slytherin, but he was literally just like, no, not Slytherin. And just
Which-
so
is kind of the point of the movie, but we're not gonna get to that yet.
yeah. So
Bathroom break real quick.
okay.
I might go down into the Chamber of Secrets while I'm in the bathroom real quick.
Ooh,
You never know. Okay.
never know what will happen.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Intermission.
Later. Later that same evening. Much, much, much later. Uh, 1 minute, 37 seconds later.
I is back.
Hello.
Hello.
All right.
Okay, where were we at?
So yeah, they drink the potions, the polyjuice potions that turn them into Crab and Goyle. They still sound like themselves, which is like the main catch of the situation.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Ron says something, I forget what he says, and then Harry goes like, "We still sound like ourselves." And then he's like, "Say it more like Crab." And then he goes like, and then he says the same thing but in like a deeper voice. But like, we haven't heard Crab or Goyle talk in these movies
Yeah,
before.
I don't think we
so
have.
like it didn't matter that much, but at the same time I was
Yeah.
like, these people never talk. Like, how do you like it
His
was whatever, but I was
entourage,
just
so it's
yeah, like his entourage, which is
sit
funny.
there.
So they meet up with Draco, and then in the Slytherin common room, and like they have such a weird friendship, or yeah, like I guess just friendship, because like Draco's literally like talking like a stereotypical like super villain. He's just like, I can't believe all this is happening. Like Dumbledore's the worst thing to happen at this school.
Surprised that the Daily Prophet hasn't done a report on all these attacks. I suppose Dumbledore's trying to hush it all up. Father always said that Dumbledore was the worst thing that ever happened to this place.
You're wrong.
He said something about hoping Hermione died.
Yeah, because he was like,
petrified, and then
he was saying, yeah, because he was saying something about like all the like mudbloods being like petrified. He was like,
a mudblood died. So it's only a matter of time before one of them is killed this time. As for me, I hope it's Granger. What's the matter with you
They
two?
find out that Hermione's a furry now because
Yeah,
she put a hair of like a cat.
Yeah,
in the
because like
potion.
Hermione had hair of some off of like some girl's robe, and then it turned out to be a cat, and Ron is like smiling while it's
It's
happening.
like, okay, Ron, I see how it
It's
is.
like, all right, Ron.
I mean, do you? Moaning Myrtle's getting like triggered because
Yeah,
someone threw a book at her.
somebody threw a book at Moaning Myrtle, and it's revealed not at this point. Oh yeah, Harry picks up the book and he takes it and he drops ink in it, and then the ink fades. He figures out that like what he writes in it is like is like I don't know the right way to say it. Like he finds out that like there's the book he can talk to the book. So like
It's
he's
kind of
writing
weird
down
because
like
he picks up a book that came out of a toilet. Like,
yeah, and it's like soaking wet, and he just picks it up
man,
and takes it with him. He's like, all right,
like
I can use this.
I can use this. Okay, the book starts talking
Okay,
to
yeah,
him.
the book starts talking to him. He writes down like, "Do you know anything about the Chamber's secrets?" It says yes, and he's like, "Can you tell me?" And it's like, "No."
I can
He's
show
like,
you, and
he's
it's
like, "I
like
can show you," and it's like, "Oh," and then the book takes him to June 13th of whatever year,
Dumbledore
and
still looks the same, even though it's
Dumbledore.
many,
Is that
many
what you were
years.
talking about, by the way? You
Yeah,
said there's okay, yeah, I figured, and I was like, is this
he
scene
looks exactly the same,
exactly the same with
except
like
with different clothing.
slightly shorter beard,
Yeah,
just slightly.
slightly. He's following around Tom Riddle, and
So
Tom Riddle
he
is friends with
follows around.
Hagrid.
It's Hagrid, and then at that point in the movie, it's revealed like he's like, "Oh my gosh, Hagrid opened the Chamber of Secrets back then," and so then
With
they
a
don't really
spider.
trust. They don't really, yeah, with the spider, they don't really trust Hagrid for a little bit before they get into Hagrid's hut. They find out that Hermione has been petrified, and so and so
She's out of the picture for
yeah,
most
she's
of
out of the picture for like the last half of the movie. So now they just have to they have to step up now.
They have
So
to put their brains together to equal one Hermione brain.
basically, so they take the invisible cloak and they go to Hagrid's hut. Um,
After hours.
they ask him about the Chamber of Secrets. He said, I think he doesn't say that he didn't open it because somebody else comes knocking at the door, and I think it's Dumbledore
Malfoy
and Malfoy's dad
and the Minister of Magic.
and Fudge is his
Fudge.
last name.
His
So
name's
they are
Fudge.
and they use the invisibility cloak. It turns out that Hagrid's being taken away to Azkaban prison. Hagrid isn't actually wasn't actually able to tell them anything at that point, but he
says,
says like,
"Follow
if you
the
want
spiders."
information, yeah, if you want information, I'd follow the spiders. And then so they do into the Forbidden Forest. Ron's like, no, we shouldn't. And again, Ron is like, they find a giant spider, and Ron is like freaking out, and Harry's just like,
Aragog.
he's like,
It's like
yeah,
Hagrid's
Aragog,
like pet, like beloved
pet
pet.
spider, and then
All its
Ron's like,
offspring are around.
Ron's just like, Harry.
Shush. Harry. What?
So then, they're about to die basically, and then wouldn't you know it, the flying car makes its triumphant return, and one
like
of the
on your
best
left.
moments of
On
all
your
on
left.
on your left.
Edit that in. Edit that in.
Where's Hermione with the leader?
On your left. So the car comes back in an Avengers level entrance, which again I said in my reaction, I was like, "Yo, the car just had an Avengers level entrance. Like it saved them at the last second." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Wait, this movie came out before any MCU movies existed, meaning that the quote unquote, because you know the Avengers
Yeah, the
entrance is whenever
Avengers,
like
yeah.
whenever Thor comes
With the
on
theme and
screen,
all
and it's
that.
like dun dun, yeah. And so I was like,
You should have
"Wait, this
gone
movie
for the
came out
head.
before any of the MC." Yeah, I was like, these movies came out before any of the MCU movies were a thing. So like technically the Avengers level entrances are Harry Potter flying car entrances.
It's the Harry Potter
So, like
car like epic level of an entrance.
epic Yeah, so like
Like, it's the
anytime
highest
somebody's like,
entrance you
"That's
can
an
get.
Avengers level entrance," I'm like, that's a Harry Potter."
No,
It's like,
no.
yeah, that's pretty good for an Avengers entrance. But have you seen any Harry Potter flying car level entrances? No, you
Magic
haven't.
School Bus is the only place I've seen that kind of.
Honestly,
Right on the magic school bus.
Magic School Bus, like it's second in place. Honestly, it
Yeah.
goes flying car entrances, Magic School Bus, and then Avengers. Then after that, the spiders are still chasing them. They have to fly out of the Forbidden Forest. The car just ditches them again, and it goes back into the Forbidden
Yeah, it's
Forest.
like, I helped you all. Like, we're even.
Yeah, so they get out of the Forbidden Forest. Ron is like, if Hagrid ever gets out of prison, I'm gonna kill him. Just
Oh my gosh.
because he was like, what's the point of sending us there? So then, as they're returning, they have a pretty big twist, honestly. Whenever they see her skeleton will lie in the chamber forever, and it turns out that
Oh,
Ron's
yeah.
sister Ginny is in the Chamber of Secrets. She's been taken,
Yeah.
and honestly, whenever I saw that, I was like, oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Oh. That was good. Good as in like good scene, good like emotional, like oh shoot thing.
They also find out that the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets is in the girls' bathroom, so they go into it.
The scene
And
just
they,
comes out of the way, and like they make Lockhart
it
go
just
first, right?
opens. They make Lockhart go first, and they jump down in full Goonies style, just go down a slide,
Like,
and
hoping
then
that Lockhart dies.
yeah, and he's like, "It's quite filthy down here," and then
Uh,
they go down to through the slide, and then they're like, "Okay, we're gonna find Ginny." Somehow, I think like Lockhart steals Ron's wand, and
he's like,
I totally not predicted, but like called it out right before it happened in my reaction. But he's
gonna,
like,
destroy their memories. And,
he's like, "You're
blame
not
it
gonna remember
on
anything," and he
trauma.
was, yeah, and he was like, "Obliviate." And then it turns out, Ron's wand makes all the spells affect the person with the wand, so he forgets
He
everything. He
blasts
literally,
back into the wall.
flies back into a wall, which causes the place to cave in.
Cave in between Ron
In
and Harry,
between
so
Ron
that Harry
and Harry
can
so perfectly.
rescue his future. Oh wait, I mean his.
What?
Rescue
Wait,
his
what?
best friend's sister. That's what I was gonna
What?
say.
Wait, seriously? No.
No, I was joking.
Wait, oh my gosh.
No, I didn't say anything.
No. No.
No. Wait, you've seen the Pretty Much It thing, so you know.
But they didn't mention that.
I didn't say anything.
Mm.
Anyway, so some cool stuff happened. Let's talk about that instead.
All right. So,
totally
man.
just accidentally. I didn't even say anything. I barely said anything, and it's
you said his future. Oh, wait.
I was gonna say, future classmate because they take the
Oh my
same classes.
gosh. Wow.
So I was gonna say
All right.
future friend.
All right.
That's actually that's actually what I was gonna say.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Dude,
Thank you guys so much for watching the video.
Oh my gosh.
I still see your shadows.
All right.
Anyway, welcome back to the Chamber of Secrets.
Welcome back to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
When we get to that point, you will understand more.
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm gonna get to that point in whatever movie it is, and I'm gonna be like, "What? Like that happens?"
I totally didn't get this.
I totally didn't know.
Timothy,
But but anyway, so he makes it into the chamber. He finds Ginny, who's unconscious, and at that point he sees Tom Riddle in there, and so Tom Riddle's like, "It's my diary. I've encapsulated." No, not encapsulated.
He thinks that Tom's gonna help because he's like.
He thinks that Tom's gonna help him, so he's like, "Oh, you can help me save Ginny and everything."
You don't go on Omegle because
on
random
Omegle books.
people and you can't trust them.
but he spells out his name in the air, and then moves his hand, and then it's like, I am Lord Voldemort.
It's like
And then
Tom Marvalo Riddle or something.
Tom Marvolo Riddle, and then it's like, I am
Yeah,
Lord Voldemort. And then
which is
he's
pretty
like,
dope.
yeah, and so uh he's like, oh yes, he basically explains like that like he didn't say hypnotized, but he was like, oh, she was in Ginny was in a trance, like, and she was doing what I told her to do,
She did
and
all the
everything.
stuff around
Yeah,
Hogwarts.
yeah, and so
Wrote
like
blood and
it's
stuff.
revealed, which it was honestly a really good twist. I thought it was like
Yeah, it was pretty good. It
like
was a good
that
twist.
um he was like telling her to do all these things, and he was really behind it. It was all her, just for that matter. And so it's also revealed that, yeah, again, Tom Riddle is Voldemort. It's like
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of the right word. It's like a version of him, like a 16-year-old self, as he says.
like
And so
who lives in
who
the
lives in the diary, and
oh
he's like,
that dire. Never mind.
what?
No, I spoiled something earlier. I'm not gonna say anything. Nothing. Not
You
important.
spoiled something. Wait, does that come back into play?
No, no.
Basically, it's revealed that Tom Riddle is Voldemort. He's his 16-year-old self that lives in the diary, and he gets the giant snake, the obelisk. Is that's how it's pronounced, right? Obelisk,
It's what was it? Basilisk.
basilisk. The obelisk. That's from Guardians of the
Oh my
Galaxy.
god. It's like the big rock thing, I think.
He six it on him. He like sends the basilisks. He sends the snake
The giant
after
snake
Harry.
that will kill
He
you
sends the giant snake after Harry if when he looks at you, and so like he sends
or
it
just
after
bite you.
Harry, and then the phoenix bird comes in and rips out. I think it just rips out its eyes,
Yeah.
and
You can see it's
so
like
they have like
bleeding out of his sockets like afterwards.
yeah, and then Tom Riddle's just like,
Your bird may have blinded the basilisk, but it can still hear you.
He's
and
like so
so
proud of
they're
his
in
like pet snake.
of his
He's like,
pet snake
you
who
may
just had
have
its
destroyed
eyes
its
ripped out,
eyes, but it can still smell you.
but it still has personality. The sword comes out of the hat. He stabs and kills the snake. And then but the snake bites him, and so he has the venom that was like it says like, oh, the venom will like kill you.
Yeah, and the
And then
tooth
so
pops off as well, which
yeah,
is
the tooth pops off, and so now Harry has the tooth, and then it's I found this funny because he's like he has the tooth, and then he's like, oh, the Tom Riddle's like, the venom will kill you any minute now. Then he just grabs
he's
the
just like
diary,
relishing this moment.
and he's about to stab it, and
And
he's
Tom
literally just
Riddle's
like
face is like
his face just drops, and he's like, what are you doing?
he's like,
he's like, wait, what are you doing?
No, don't do that.
What are you doing? Stop. No!
That's my
Stabs the
copy of
book.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Chamber of Secrets. What are you
Hardcover,
doing?
limited edition, 2000,
Limited
whatever.
edition 2002, and then he just stabs it, and then there's like blood going out of
Yeah,
it, and then he eventually kills it. And it was a cool effect, just like the blood coming out of the
like
paper and
splurting
everything.
out, and
Yeah, it was however
however
it was they did that, like it just looked really cool.
it
So
did.
like he stabs the book like on the cover, like you said, and then Tom Riddle just explodes. And so
Yeah, he like
then
melts. I'm melting.
then Ginny wakes up, and
She's like, hey, I
Harry,
didn't mean to.
she's like, I didn't mean to. And then he says like, I think he basically just says like it's fine or something like that. And then the phoenix bird cries on Harry's where he was bitten by the snake, healing
Very
him.
sweet.
Which again, I was like, okay. I was like, they set that up earlier. That's
Yeah.
genius.
See, Harry Potter flawless films. Harry Potter
Flawless films, 100% flawless film
films.
series. So then he goes back to Dumbledore, and basically, like we were saying earlier, the reason why he was able to get the sword, it was like a true Gryffindor can grab the sword. And he says like the reason, like it, that's why you're not in Slytherin. He was like, it's not. He says like it's not something that makes us. It's our actions or something.
It's
He
not
says
like our abilities that define us. Ooh, that's a really good quote that I've
that
used
was
before.
honestly.
He said, it's like, it applies to real life. It's not our abilities what define us, but it is our choices.
But our choices, yeah, and that's
so
like
it's like,
and that's why like he's able to be in Gryffindor and why he's not
Yeah.
just an evil Slytherin person. So then Draco's dad just freaking burst in, and he's
so
like
trigger.
and I forget what he says at first, but like he tries to act like he isn't upset
Because
mainly.
he wanted this all to go wrong.
Oh yeah, he wanted
Dobby
all
was
this to go
warning him
around
and everything.
Yeah, that
Dobby worked at his house
um
and stuff.
okay. Also, before we get into that, Dumbledore tells Harry to look at the sword. Oh yeah, but this is okay. I just kind of skipped over this. He's like, look at the sword. If you look closer, and then the sword says Godric Gryffindor on it. So it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's true Gryffindor. But like, Harry grabs the sword by the blade.
He's
And,
just like grabbing it around by the blade the whole entire scene.
and he still holds it throughout the whole thing. And like, imagine if Dumbledore's
Totally
just like,
not a
Harry,
prop.
like Harry, your hand is it's bleeding. Just
It's like, you to the hospital wing right now.
right now.
10,000 points to Gryffindor.
You win. Harry finds out that it was him that put the diary in Ginny's cauldron in the beginning of the movie, and
Yeah.
and so then he hands the diary to Dobby, and earlier in the movie, Dobby was like, if like he wants to free him, or like if he wants to free him, he has to present him with clothes, and so he opens it and it's a sock, and so I
Harry
frees
put
Dobby
in
and the book
to
and the
trick
diary,
him
yeah,
into
to trick him
freeing Dobby.
and to freeing Dobby. So yeah, like he gave the book to
Dobby
Dobby,
is free.
Dobby is free.
and then Draco's dad is
Dobby
just
is free.
mad.
He's like approaching him. You will
he's
not harm
like-
Harry Potter. He's
like-
about to kill him.
And he's about to kill him.
He
Literally,
says
he's like,
Avad.
yeah, he goes
then-
like, he's like, oh, you cost me my servants, and then he goes Avada, and then he's like, you shall not harm Harry Potter.
You shall not harm Harry Potter.
Yeah,
And
like
then,
everyone
like,
knows Avada Kedavra, and so it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Well, at least
probably
when
sees
those
that
movies
thing.
came out, like it wasn't revealed yet. For those who hadn't read the book, you
Yeah,
know?
it's
So, like,
weird to think
Which is
about.
weird to go back, because literally at the time the movie was released, Avada Kedavra wasn't a thing. I mean, like in the movies,
It
at
was,
least.
but like they didn't know about it.
Well, yeah, like
it wasn't mentioned ever.
Yeah, like, it wasn't mentioned in the movies at all. So, like, for someone who hadn't read the books, he was just going into the movies. That was literally just a detail that they included, you know.
Yeah.
So, like, but anyway, yeah, he was about to kill Harry on school
Harry
grounds.
Potter is a flawless film.
Harry
he
Potter's
was about
flawless
to
film
kill a minor.
on school grounds.
Not that murdering
And so,
an adult would be any better, but
well, any better, but still, he was about to kill Harry Potter. He was about to kill the main character.
yeah.
So, and Harry Potter, I guess, in another way, is the boy who lived, because he was about to be killed again.
He lived again. The boy who
He lived again. The boy who just won't stop not dying.
The boy who exists.
The boy who exists.
The boy whose existence continues.
Oh my gosh. So, okay. So then the movie.
The boy
they're in
whose heart is pumping blood to his
the boy
organs.
whose heart is pumping blood to the rest of his body.
Oh my
The
gosh.
boy. Oh my gosh. There's so many random
The
titles.
boy
for
who
that.
is technically living.
Oh my gosh. So then they're in the Great Hall. And Hermione's okay, so she comes back and then she hugs Harry, and she's about to hug Ron, but then they shake hands instead. Hagrid comes back, and it's like a big thing as he opens the doors. He's like, "Hey, everybody!" And then like Dumbledore, instead of giving 1 trillion points to Gryffindor, he's like, "All exams have been cancelled," and like it's like yes. And then Hermione's just
one
like,
in
"Oh
20,
no."
all of 2020 teachers, like when all this crap's going down.
All
Like
exams,
that's
except for
literally,
my teachers. My teachers did not cancel
yeah.
exams. Then the movie ends with that amazing John Williams orchestral sweeping sound, and then that's Harry Potter and the Source. Nope.
The Harry Potter and the Chamber of
and the Chamber of Stone
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Chamber.
of
Wait,
Secret Stones.
Harry Potter and the Christian.
Harry
Oh,
Potter
no.
and the Christian. That's it,
What?
dude. It's today. It's literally Daniel Radcliffe's birthday.
Really?
Yes. Happy birthday, Daniel Radcliffe. Oh, we have to sing happy birthday.
Birthday
To you. Happy
Make a wish, Harry.
birthday to
To you. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Harry.
to your Daniel
Harry. I mean
Radcliffe.
Daniel.
/ Harry Potter. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Daniel Radcliffe.
By the way, Harry, happy birthday.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's
Please
just how convenient.
Continue
Or
being
just
a dope actor, I guess.
please continue being awesome, Daniel Radcliffe.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Wow. What are the odds?
We got through the movie, guys. Are you
Okay,
proud of
we
us?
got through the movie. I feel like it was a lot faster than Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, either that or it just went by a lot faster. I just feel like we
Time
talked about it
flies
a
when
lot
you're
quicker.
having fun.
Fun. That was basically my discussion about random things and of Harry Potter and the
In the
Chamber of Secrets.
/ review type thing.
So at the end of the day, I would probably, because like, okay, I
We should
feel
say it
like,
at the same time for like ratings.
well, but this is what I was gonna say. Like, of course, like I'm gonna give it a high rating, but at the same time, like I have 6 other movies after this.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want to be like a 10, and then the next movie I could be like a 10
10.
too.
Just tens for all of them.
For all of them.
Credibility.
3, 2, 1.
8.6.
Really?
Dude, I'm leaving room. I'm leaving room.
Like that's the thing. Like I want to leave room too. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give it a 9 too.
Okay. I was thinking about that, but then I was like,
you need to leave room, honestly.
Yeah.
So like, I'm gonna give it a 9 for now. But once we get to the Deathly Hallows Part 2, I feel like I'm gonna change it around. So like, so yeah, for now it's a 9. Although I liked it, I really liked the first one, but I liked this one better.
Yeah.
So like, even though I gave it the same rating, I like it more than the first one.
Yeah, I think you're gonna like the third one better because I've heard the third one is like critically like one of the best ones. Also, I've heard a lot of people saying it's their favorite, and I can understand why.
I saw a review, like I texted you this, but I saw a review that said like this is where the series gets awesome.
Yeah, the third one is a good movie. Like it's not too complicated, and there's something about it that's like different than most of them. I'm not gonna say what it is.
Yeah.
But it's relevant. It is definitely relevant to the series, but it's like I don't know, it feels
different.
It feels different. It's got a whole different vibe. It is it's a much darker vibe, but it's still PG.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. When you see it, I can't wait for you to play this one because
my gosh,
you're going to love it.
I'm so excited.
If you like
I want to watch it now, but it's so late.
Yeah,
to like
maybe
watch
tomorrow.
a 2-hour movie. Yeah,
if you
I'm
want
gonna do that.
Like, I don't know if you could. No, don't edit while you're watching because.
Because I want full attention to this.
And you got to get reactions as well.
Yeah. So by the way,
we can't wait to rewatch the third one. I'm just gonna say that.
We didn't mention it, but yeah, like I said at the beginning of this video, I ordered all 8 movies, but like I ordered them in like 2 packs. So like it's like years 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna do 2 movies per video probably.
Yeah.
unless if
Four
like one of them is
videos.
almost yes, like unless if one of them is like ridiculously long.
Oh yeah.
Like but uh like but for now we're gonna try to do 2 movies per video just so we can talk about them sort of like in a group. So yeah, that's basically our plan. So yeah, the next probably I can't imagine that we're probably gonna do like a video in between just because like I'm within like a day I'm gonna have all the movies. So like there's nothing that's really holding me back
Yeah.
from watching all of them, and I'm not gonna be like, wait, let's watch Stargirl now. I'm gonna want to
Like,
watch the next one.
that was our
I'm
reviews on the
That
first
was
2
our
Harry Potter.
discussion of the first 2 Harry Potter movies.
Matthew's
F-
first
my
time seeing
first
them.
experience with Harry Potter, I honestly, even though like I've been like joking about a bunch of things, honestly, I thought it was really great. And I'm excited to see where the series goes from
Yeah.
here. And I'm really excited to see Prisoner of Azkaban because, according to a lot of people, it's a really good one. So I'm
Yeah.
happy to see it.
I
Also,
am hyped.
I'm looking forward to the invisible bus that is apparently in the movie because I
Oh
remember the
yeah.
cool looking Lego set that came out around that time.
That's the real magic school bus, guys.
That's oh my gosh, that
Miss
is the Magic School
Frizzle.
Bus. Miss Frizzle, who invisible bus that I'm sure has a name, but I don't want to hear it because I'm gonna wait until I see it in the
Yeah,
movie.
I know what the name is. It's kind of a simple name, but
It's not gonna be, but like what if it was literally just invisible bus? Like
so thank you guys for tuning into Movie Mentality. We're gonna crank these out, but we're gonna put quality into our stuff.
we're gonna try our best to have frequent uploads, but we also want to make sure that we're not just putting out crappy uploads.
Exactly.
So
Quality.
So yeah, I personally think that this was an interesting and good way to start out the channel
Definitely.
because it's
Better
like
way.
yeah. So like, what better way with some pretty big movies and for someone who's never seen them before.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in Prisoner of Azkaban / The Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire.
Unless we take 7 hours to review one of them, in which case
unless if I'm like, yeah.
we will be doing multiple videos. Anyway, goodbye. Leave a like and subscribe. Share
And
with your mom. Share with your dad. No,
and last but not least,
share
did you put your name on the Goblet of Fire?